employee at Greenleaf?
Yeah, I was one of the budtenders. I recently just moved on over as an online associate.
I just want to say budtender?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure I got that right. I understand it. I just want to make sure I knew it.
Yeah, definitely.
So how long have you been here?
It's coming up on a year. I got hired last July.
Okay, and you're also on the bargaining committee for the recently formed union.
I am, yeah.
Okay, so you were in the room with Ben when Ben may or may not have said things that angered management and resulted in his unlawful termination. Does that sound like something I can say?
Yeah, I think culturally what it feels like here is if we are to really voice the way that we feel about how the dispensary is run, the team here is very patient-centered. This is a medicinal facility. We're here for patients.
Yeah.
So when we try and advocate for that, a lot of people in middle management, not just within the bargaining unit, have been terminated or been forced out because essentially we're going against what Dr. Bach, the owner, is trying to implement.
Dr. Bach. I hadn't heard that he was a doctor.
That's the. I think he's. I haven't seen the doctorate, but that's what we hear.
The rumor is that he's a doctor.
Yeah. He used to run an acupuncture studio.
Okay. So that kind of doctor. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, doctor.
Yeah.
All right. So, what brought us out here? Let's run through your opinion. What happened here today? What do you think happened?
Yeah. So we're in the middle of our negotiations for our first contract, and I think this is retaliation against what we're doing.
Yeah.
Quite honestly, we didn't unionize for a personal reason against him. We unionized because we had our benefits taken away. We started seeing price hikes on the medicine that we haven't seen in other parts of the industry. And again, it was advocacy.
Yeah.
And Seth continues to make it a personal sort of, it almost feels like a vendetta, right?
Right.
So what brought us out today was Ben was wrongfully terminated without just cause. The reason that we had gotten through the attorneys was that his sales numbers were too low. We don't have a sales quota. I would also like to say to have a sales quota on medicine says a lot about that business.
It says a lot about its non-profit quote-unquote status, right? If it's a non-profit and its purpose is to serve the community, then what is a sales quota doing there? Should it be giving out the medicine that the community requests and needs when they request it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so are you responsible for selling extra medicine? I don't know. I don't know how that would work.
Yeah, I mean, we used to have incentives to upsell. I would say it was taken away from us. That was one of the reasons why we originally organized, was because we lost any incentive program we had, and we lost our benefits. So like one thing, we lost any employee discount on the medicine, and we're all patients here too.
Sure.
So like if I were to go to another dispensary in Massachusetts or a different part of the state, I would receive like a 10 to 20% industry discount and pay less there than I would at my own dispensary that I work at. Right?
Could somebody from another, this is an aside, but could somebody from another dispensary come in here and get an industry discount?
We were, for a while, we had an industry discount that we recognized. They had taken it away. It's another thing, again, as workers within the industry, we need to appreciate the industry that's expanding. This is something that we haven't seen yet in the country, and it's a big moment, and to not have it community focused is a shame.
Yeah. So I hear that Ben isn't the first person who may have been subject to retaliatory firing.
Yeah.
Can you speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the things that I have to say that really sticks out to me is Greenleaf is a white-facing company.
Is it what?
A white-facing company.
A white-facing company.
You won't see very many people of color on our staff, and there's a reason. They've made it very uncomfortable here. There's been racist comments that have been made at upper-level management.
Wow.
We've had people that have had their salaries capped. And it's one of those things, again, when we're trying to create community and we're trying to create a space where people feel welcome and to come and get their medicine, that's not an environment that creates that.
Right.
So it's, as far as other folks, it's, he ended up firing the COO, our HR. We had one person in HR, she's gone. They let go of the director of operations, the head of delivery. Anybody in that middle management that had any kind of power to kind of, push against him is gone.
Meanwhile, he's pulling down $1 million salary He's pulling in $200,000 bonuses, I hear.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, like, you have a little over 20 employees.
Yeah. Yep.
And you're all out here, right?
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah.
All out here.
We don't have any of the bargaining unit inside.
Right. But it seems to me a $200,000 bonus would have gone a long way towards the people here.
Yeah. Oh my God, absolutely.
Half of that could have been shared with you, and it would have been $5,000 each.
Absolutely. And the thing to also recognize is Rhode Island hasn't even gone recreational yet. So this man's business may not have even scratched the surface.
Right. So he's, in your opinion, at some point when it goes recreational, he'll be selling recreational here as well.
Yeah. That's something that they've been kind of gearing up and trying to prep for, and it's, again, it's something that we respect our patients that are coming here for the medicine. I respect a recreational, market. I think that cannabis should be legalized, absolutely.
Right.
But it also shouldn't be legalized so that rich white men can continue to build wealth.
Well, that is interesting because right now there's some different
legislation
plans at the legislative level to do that. And, and Reclaim and a couple others have been pushing hard for like racial certain number of co-ops, for instance,
social equity
and social equity in there.
Yeah.
And so far, even a plan that the Senate just passed isn't full of. There's some. I can't say there's none.
Yeah.
But it's not. Doesn't feel like it's going far enough, and it feels like it's still a good way to rich white dudes.
Yeah. I mean, when you have an industry where it's a $500,000 buy-in to even get into the lottery, what does it say? Who's it accessible towards?
Right. And we're also doing things like cutting out like all sorts of inner city people.
Yeah, the people that were directly affected by the war on drugs, right, and are still feeling that impact. It's still federally illegal. People are still negatively, getting impacted by this.
And there's still some stigma attached.
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
How?
You know what I mean? That boss got some money for us all right? It happens, right?
So, in general, people have been respecting the strike, I'm sure, but some people need to come here to get their medicine.
Yeah, it's their meds.
And I've noticed that, as a rule, from the time I've been here, everybody's been very cool with patients who have to come in here and get them.
Yeah, again, this is a medicinal facility. We don't want to restrict people's access to medicine. We're patients ourselves. We totally get it.
Yeah.
And this is one of the reasons why we wanted to do a single day. We're not trying to. We just want to negotiate fairly.
Sure.
We don't want to be out here, but if we're going to continue to get pushed and continue to, to have an owner that is retaliating against us, we need to do something. And this is something that historically laborers have always been able to do. It's a great way to join that history.
Well, absolutely, yes. And very modern way to join that history of legalization and all the other stuff happening around marijuana. And as it's expected to be a huge business, it's cool that you're able, labor is in there.
I think the biggest thing is understanding that we're here as community members. Mm-hmm. We love the patients that come in here. We show up for y'all. Truly, truly, truly. We're not here for a profit. We're here because we believe in the medicine. We believe in this industry. We just want to make it better. And, the treatment that we're getting is starting to be recognized as like an industry standard. So this is also to start allowing other workers to recognize that they have a voice.
So in Rhode Island, it's very on strike today that this be successful. Or else future
it sets the precedent. It sets the precedent. We're the first dispensary in Rhode Island to do this. Ocean State Cultivators is the first cultivation center to do it. We respect the work that they do a lot. But this is also another call to action for workers. If you're starting to, get that feeling in your gut that it's not right and you're not respected, talk to each other, do something, reach out.
Awesome. This is great. Thank you so
much.
Do you mind if I get a picture of you, Justice for Ben?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, right? Of course.
Shadow on it, yeah.